class. My name is Tolga. I'm here to deliver your presentation on how to conduct a basic body search. And before we start, just want to introduce you to a few house rules. Outside here, go straight down on your left, got a fire exit. On your right, we've also got a fire exit. Go straight down on your left again, you've got the female, male, gents. So anyone needs to go to the toilet, please raise your hands and let me know. Also, I would like to say, please, respectfully guys, can we keep your phones on silence while I perform my presentation? Don't want no disruptions, please. And we're going to have our next break in the next 20 minutes, so if everyone can just bear with me, that would be great. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to go around the classroom just quickly. I want to find out what everyone's name is. So, gentleman there on the left.
Good morning, my name is Cameron Hussain. I've been in the security industry for about 5 years now and I'm looking to progress myself. I've done doors and small businesses work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've come here today to strengthen myself and build myself forward.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Good morning, I'm Ben Ward. I'm a ramp team leader at London Stansted Airport.
Good morning, my name is Rory Benson-Smith and I'm a flight dispatcher at London Stansted Airport with 18 years experience.
And yourself, sir?
Yeah, good morning, sir. My name is Mohammed Jama. I've worked as a security door supervisor at the retail base. I've been to that industry for at least 8 years. I've got huge experience of what I've been doing for these couple of years. Yeah.
Okay, so I can see I've got quite an experienced batch with me, so I'm going to take you through how to conduct a basic body search. So as you can see here, how to conduct a basic body search. I told the bear as your instructor. Okay, this is a little introduction about myself. So before I start the lesson off, I would first like to introduce you as your instructor, Toby Bears. I've said this about 3 times now, but hopefully it'll stick with you for the end of the lesson. I would like to say I've served 7 years within the private security industry and I've worked in a variety of venues and events all across London. During the beginning of my security career, I worked across all types of clubs, bars and casinos, which require relentless amount of searching. So, imagine on a weekend, on a night, you just yourself as a security, if you've got a door of 2,000, you yourself could be searching up to about 300 to 400 people. So it's quite a relentless amount of work. And on the weekend, that can go up to 1,000 to 1,200 people you've put hands on over your weekend. So that's a lot of people you're going through. So but over the years I began supervising more high-profile events in London's most exclusive venues and hotels, and I started to work in more private institutes such as private banks and private investment banks. So, however, my background is in first-class biomedical scientist, which I do specialise in laboratory diagnosis and treatment of human diseases. So today, the learning objectives and outcomes. So the aims of this session is to be able to conduct a basic physical body search in a systematic way, to be able to understand the basic roles and responsibility of security during searching and the importance of a security search, and we're going to understand the different types of searches. Question time. Could anybody define the word search for me? Anybody? Any definitions?
It's looking to make sure they've got nothing they shouldn't have on.
Close, close. Anything else? Okay. So, what is a search? A search is an organised procedure used by securities in order to detect and find any weapons or illegal drugs or alcohol on behalf of a person pre-entry into a venue. So you want to make sure you search that person and you know what's coming in through your door. You want to know what that person's got on their behalf, what contents they're bringing into the venue. What is the role and responsibility of a security during a search? A majority of licensed venues across the UK, which are eligible to sell alcohol to the public, would generally set in place a search policy. So, as security, if you've ever worked on club doors, every club door has got a search policy, and everyone has to oblige by it. It don't matter who you are. Anyone coming through them doors has to get searched. Simple as. Yeah, and that's conducted by the security team. The roles and responsibility of security team is to prevent any admissions of weapons, drugs, or alcohol within the venue which can cause any harm or danger to the general public. Now, you lot need to understand, this search isn't based on any racism or anything. You're just searching everyone that comes into that venue because you want to have a control of what enters that venue. You want to have a full control of that, because I'm telling you, there's nothing more scary than walking into a venue with a lot of intoxicated people, a lot of people who are hooked onto drugs, and you've got weapons lying around which can be used at anyone's dispense. It's not very nice. What is the importance of a search? Security is the line between enjoying your night and keeping the public safe from all risk and harm. By systematically and routinely searching individuals before entering the venue, this ensures the safety of all security personnel on site, venue staff, and most importantly, the public safety. So by doing that search, you've already ensured the safety of your team, the venue staff who you liaise with during your shift and work with, and the most important, public safety, because we're there to cater for them. The aim of this search is to detect and remove, which is filter, any prohibited items such as weapons or drugs in order to keep a safe and sanitized environments for all staff and members of the public. Okay guys, a bit about the rules and laws on search procedures within the UK. So always, 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 it's highlighted over there, always, you ask for consent. Before you ever lay your hands on anyone, you've got to ask for consent. It's very important. Without consent, you cannot search them. So, before you conduct the search, you've got to explain to them clearly the reason why you're searching them. So once you've gained their consent, you just give them a quick, brief introduction of why you're going to search them. You just let them know we've got a search policy in place. If the individual refuses to get searched, you can simply refuse entry, since that they would potentially pose as a threat to the public and us without knowing what contents they got on behalf of them. So if you simply refuse to get searched, that's a bit suspicious to me, which is fine, but I'm also not going to let you in, because we've got a door policy we've got to stick by. Yeah, and if something happens and that gets through the doors, who's the first person to blame? Security. Someone gets stabbed, who's the first person to blame? Security. Someone overdoses, who's the first person to blame? Security. So everything comes back to security. When it comes to searching, it is important for the same sex to conduct the search, as this is the most appropriate. However, times when this may not physically apply, then male securities do have the right to conduct the female bag search with their consent. So here what it's saying is we have to have same genders doing the same searches. So a male security guard can search a male, a female can search a female. Now the lines will slowly start blurring when you have a male security having to search a female. Now the laws here lie as we're not physically allowed to put hands on females even if they give consent to us. The only thing we're consented to is a bag search. And even then, we would make them open the bag themselves and they would rubble through it. Yeah, we don't lay hands on females at all. Okay, types of searches. There are typically 3 types of search procedures in place. You've got a general search, which is all individuals are to be searched upon entry. So this is just a general door policy. You've got a specific search, searching of an individual based on a specific reason. So this can be, for example, you're in the searching area and you see a person acting very suspicious, possibly moving around, playing with his pockets, fidgeting a lot. That to me is indicating that it's giving me enough suspicions to give him a specific search. Now we've got random, and this can be random selection and search for anyone. For example, you're searching 1 in 4 customers, and this is based, you've got to be diverse and equal. You can't just be always searching someone on discretion. Does that make sense? So random ones, you know, you could be searching everyone, but once every 4 clients, you want to go through their bags, maybe you want to go through their wallets, you know. Alright, time to conduct a systematic search. So, can I ask for one of the male members of the audience, can I ask, yeah?
Lower below the waist, yeah?
No problem. Okay. So this is a systematic search, guys. Now, as I did say, when you do conduct a systematic search, the first thing you do, you ask him for his consent. Yeah? And you'd ask him, you'd be like, okay, so is it possible if we can conduct the full body search? Of course you can. Of course you can. Once you've got his consent, that's already half of the job done. Now, once you've got his consent, you've got to ask him the second question, which is, sir, are you carrying any illegal items such as weapons, drugs, any alcohol on you?
No.
No? No.